Travel sites, e-commerce platforms, real estate listings, or any site that surfaces valuable data is a target for scrapers. Bots crawl these pages at scale, harvesting prices, inventory, and other data to feed competitors or resellers. In this video, I'll show you how to use Fingerprint to detect automated requests and block them before they can get any data. We'll look at a flight search page with no protection, then we'll add Fingerprint to it to shut out scrapers while letting real users search. Here you can see I've got my flight page open. I'm going to put in my destination and I can search for some flights and I get back some results. Great. But now let's try this from a bot's perspective. So here I've got a Puppeteer script and it's just going to open up my local demo here on localhost. And I'm going to run this demo and see if I can fetch some flights. There we go. You can see that I was indeed able to fetch those flights, right? The server has no way to tell the difference between a real user searching for flights and an automated script doing the same thing. So that can happen hundreds of times, scraping all your data, but whether you're a bot or a human, you still get the same results. So now let's try this on a demo where Fingerprint has already been added. Again, I'm going to put in, from and to for my destination, and I'll go ahead and search. Works just fine, I get my results. But now let's try this site with our bot. So I'm going to change from 3000 to 3001, that's the Fingerprint implementation. And I'm going to go ahead and run that script again. Now this time, you'll see that we have no flights were found, right? So a real user gets results, but the bot gets nothing. Fingerprint detected the automation and the server returned empty results instead of handing over that proprietary data. So let's take a look and see how this is actually implemented. We're going to go ahead and start on the front end. So the first thing we need to do is bring in the Fingerprint client agent. So at the very top of your page on load, and here I'm also using my public key to get that loaded. Now, once we're ready to actually identify a visitor, so in this case, when the visitor clicks on that search button, we're going to ask Fingerprint to identify that visitor using the get function. It's going to return back a few things, but the most important thing here is the event ID. This ties all the extra data that we want to look at later on to this particular request. We're going to send that event ID along with the other flight search criteria and send that to our backend on the search request. And that's about it for the front end. And on the server side, you can see I'm just passing that whole body back to our fetch flights function, and that lives in this flights.js page. Now, first thing we're going to do here is bring in the Fingerprint server API client. This time I'm using my secret API key, and this should never be revealed on the front end. I'm going to go ahead and pipe in the event ID to make sure I have access to it all the way from the front end. And now we can start bringing in Fingerprint to protect this page. Now, the first thing we're going to do is use that event ID along with our get event function to get the full identification data from Fingerprint. This includes things like our visitor ID, bot detection, virtual machine detection, browser tampering detection, etc. All that data returns to you as this event. Now, the first thing we're going to do here, since we're trying to block bots, of course, is get the bot data. We return back to you a verdict of either good, bad, or not detected. So in this case, if anything returns not as not detected, it's a bot and we can block it. Now, another way you can protect your site from malicious actors is to use our suspect score. Suspect score basically combines all of our different smart signals in a weighted number. So you get a single number back and you can use that to determine what to do. So in this case, we can say if the suspect score is higher than 30, we also don't want to return any flight information. Too suspicious. Now, the rest of this function works as normal. It's going to search the database to see if it can find any flights that match our criteria, and we're good to go. So now let's try this with our newly implemented Fingerprint implementation here with our bot. And actually, you know what? First, I'm actually going to test this out in the browser, right? So as a regular user. So again, putting in my flight criteria, I'll hit the search button and nothing changes here, right? No captchas, nothing annoying like that. If I go now and try this bot with that same page, now we have Fingerprint added. Now we get no flights returned, right? So now we're seeing that Fingerprint is able to actually detect that the bot is there and able to let you decide how you want to react. You can choose to block this. You can say maybe you want to add a rate limiting, for example, right? So you can kind of further expand on this. Perhaps you want to log any of those suspicious visitors to maybe see what they're doing for further analysis. But identifying the bots is really the hard part, and that's what Fingerprint handles for you. So go ahead and take a look at the full tutorial and the example application for step-by-step instructions and try it out for yourself. Take care.